describe the event in one word, without a swear word, would be inspirational.
My name's Danny Wallace and I am the Queen Bee. I grew up on the council estates of Preston and I was furious when I found out that the Queen was born the Queen. So I set about creating the I Am the Queen Bee movement to help more people show up, wise up and rise up and reclaim their birthright to success. There's this quote that goes, aerodynamically, bees should not be able to fly. Their little wings shouldn't get their fat little bodies off the ground. But bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Bees fly anyway. So I wanted to create a space and a community where we can do what bees do when they're building something new. And that's festoon and link arms and help each other.
Community is really important, knowing that when people are talking about their experiences, it's not just you, you're not alone, there's other people that resonate and there's other people that you can help.
It's just about soaking up the atmosphere and being part of a community that supports each other.
Be Inspired is a 6-month mastermind that culminates in the most incredible personal and business development event where you take to the stage and share your mission and your business message.
It's been amazing. I have never done anything like this. Never ever thought I would, but because of Danny I have, and I have genuinely loved it.
This is the place to be. It's so inclusive and actually it's there to help you mentally, physically and emotionally.
There's nowhere else where you'd ever feel so held and so safe.
I would love for you to come and get involved with Be Inspired so we can get you using your superpower hidden in plain sight, your voice, to take up the space you deserve in the world with your mission and your business. I can't wait to hear from you.
And with the swear word, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as inspirational.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Oh my goodness me, I am bouncing off the ceilings. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. Just really taking a second as we head into this week, because this week is Be Inspired week. And this week means that what we do is we wake up on the Monday morning and then we go to bed on the Sunday night and we go, what the hell just happened? It's one of those kind of things where the next 3 days are busy, getting everything ready. And then Thursday, Friday is insanity. And then Saturday, Sunday is what the hell just happened? And so I just wanted to take a little second this morning. I washed my face. I've still got a bit of residual mascara under my eye. You have to forgive me. Yeah, I just wanted to take a second this morning. I needed to meditate a bit because I am holding on for dear life at all of the awesome stuff that is happening at IATQB HQ at the moment, at Fly Anyway Foundation HQ. So on Friday, let's start on Friday. So Friday just gone, we went to the EVA Awards. And the EVA Awards are one of the biggest awards in the UK that are female-centric. So they celebrate women in business. It's one of the biggest in the UK. And I was up for an award. And I was up for an award for training and coaching. So IATQB, for my speaking work, I was up for an award, which is ace. I find it weird, even now, even though I know the work that we do, even though I know how many lives that we impact. I know because I do it. Like, it's me on the floor. I'm doing the teaching. I'm doing the training. There's nobody else doing it. So I know viscerally. I know because I hold the hands of my speakers. I hold the space for my speakers. I make sure that they have an incredible platform on which to springboard their speaking careers. I make sure they have the assets that they need to prove to potential bookers that they are worthy, and they are worthy of taking to whatever stages that they want to, from networking all the way through to big national and indeed international stages. If I look at the successes of our incredible former cohorts, they now work with global industry. They now take to a global stage. Some of them have grown their businesses past 6 figures, heading on into 7 figures. Some of them have gone on to have multiple, not just one, but multiple TEDx talks. Some of them have gone on to grow their client base beyond they could ever have imagined. Some of them have gone to start to share on social media in a way that is really meaningful, in a way that adds value. And we bloody won. We only bloody won. I still can't believe it. So I thought I'd show you my silverware this morning before we get kicked off. So we went to the Evas for the BBIT Awards, which is the business awards the week before. I'd taken my team. It's a really big deal. It's at Blackpool Tower Ballroom where they film Strictly Come Dancing. I took my mum, took my sister, took my cousins, took my team, and we didn't win, but it's okay. Like, it's not even the winning that's the thing. It's the fact that I'm even in that room. It's the fact that I'm not the entertainment in that room anymore. I'm not the help. I'm not on the outside looking in. I'm in the business community, being recognized by those people in the business community as somebody who is providing value, as somebody who is making impact. And that was really recognized with this particular one, because I would expect to be taking up space with the Fly Anyway Foundation, because the Fly Anyway Foundation is my life's work. It's going to be my legacy work. The speaking stuff I love it. I just love it. I enjoy it. I'm really good at it. I work within my flow space. I work within my zone of genius, specifically teaching people to speak and helping people to speak. That is, if people go, well, Danny, what's your God-given talent? It's really helping people understand the light that's in them and how brightly they can shine it. So people will come to me and they'll say, hey, Dan, I want to speak about my business. I want to do a TEDx. Then we start to do a bit of digging around and they go, oh, I didn't even know I could talk about that. I didn't even know that was the platform that I wanted. I didn't even know that, it was as big as this. I didn't know I was the Boudicca going into battle and my army was going to be behind me. I thought I was going to tell them about my business. I didn't know how big this was going to be for me and my business, not just like be inspired. I mean, be inspired is kind of a big deal, but actually how big it is for their onward journey is such a growth experience. And so to be nominated for the Fly Anyway Foundation, it's good work, it's compelling work, and I'm definitely not taking away from that incredible mission that I'm on. But to win it for IATQB is like the quiet recognition of the work that I do every single day with all of my clients that I don't shout about all the time, because sometimes it's not for me to share. It's not for me to share my clients' journey. It's for my clients to learn with me, be held with me, and then go and have their own journey. And yeah, some of you will go, Danny, you should bang your drum louder or whatever. But actually, the work for me, the day on day of being recognized for that, it was a shock. Because I forget sometimes that I'm dead good. I forget sometimes that I'm actually really proper good at what it is that I do, and we get incredible, insane results. So then to have that recognised by an awarding body, you ready? Oh, look at that! I'm a winner, baby! So this is the Enterprise Vision Awards, the EVA Award. Oh, I'm all over a couple. Look, I'm engraved. Can you see it? I know it's better doing it like that, isn't it? Enterprise Vision Awards, Training and Coaching Award. Danny Wallace, I am the Queen Bee winner 2022. Against some really stiff competition. When I look at the other people that were in that category, the work that they do is phenomenal and game-changing for everybody, from sex therapists all the way through to business and transformational coaches. So to be recognized speaking specifically, because that's what I do, right? I am a speaker coach, an international award-winning international celebrity public speaking coach, however you want to put it. That's what I do. And what that body, that awarding body, realized is that speaking about what it is that you do is imperative. When I was having the interview with the judges and afterwards with the judges and the sponsors, one of the things that they said is how important it is right now. I'm going to do a talk on this at Be Inspired about looking into the lion's mouth, about having your head in the lion's mouth and allowing yourself to feel the fear and do it anyway, allowing yourself to speak about what it is that you do. Because if you are not talking about what it is that you do, nobody's going to know and you are going to leave people unhelped. So to have that recognized was honestly amazing and really apt for this week, really apt for Be Inspired. Amy Blaney, for someone who's come through the other side of heavy trauma, having you just say it's okay to talk about what happened, but talk from the scar, not the wound, was the biggest game changer for me. I know my shit. Yeah, I do, definitely. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud of everybody that I get to work with in any capacity, whether you do Be Heard DIY or indeed whether you work with me from a VIP perspective or being on sort of my signature program, which is Be Inspired. This week, my cohort are going to take to the stage and share their businesses and share their mission with you all. And having worked so closely with them, so directly with them, it is really, really inspiring for me to get to share these people with you. But I cannot wait. I'm so excited for all of the different topics that they're bringing to the table. They're going to make you think. They're going to make you reflect. They're going to make you learn. They're going to make you laugh. They're going to make you cry. They're going to make you do all these things. And it is these events, you guys, you amazing, amazing community that allow you to top up your energy, that allow you to reflect and hold space for yourself, to think about the things that you want to do next, especially as we're kind of going into the next bit of the year and indeed 2023. So really, really proud and honoured. Look, I got my certificate as well. I got a little winner certificate. I'm absolutely made up. And I took my mum, and my mum, honestly, my mum turned into a football hooligan. She literally jumped up from her seat, punched the air. She went back of the net like she was a proper, like, because she had me and Gemma didn't play sports and stuff like that. So the only things that, I mean, I guess when I did singing competitions when I was like younger, but she never really experienced that like football mum situation where your kid scores a goal. So I think like to be experiencing that when a kid's almost 40, it's like, it's been a long time coming. So yeah, my mum were absolutely made up. And also I was on the table with the team from Freedom Services Group and also Stella Insurance, who are one of the Fly Anyway Foundation's closest partners. We're going to be doing lots of incredible work with Sam White and the team at Stella Insurance as they launch here in the UK in September. They have pledged to donate £5 out of every car insurance policy that they sell to the Fly Anyway Foundation, which is absolutely insane. And we're going to be working with them on our wider plan, which is business support and services, employability, but then crisis, post-crisis support, and eventually refuge. And we're going to be hand in hand with Stella making that happen. So really honoured to be on the table with Sam as she won Businesswoman of the Year, which to me suggests we are in very safe hands in this partnership. And Sam is somebody who is recognised nationally and internationally for her astuteness, for her, for how she shows up, for how daring she is, how brave she is. And to be able to partner with her, learn from her and be mentored by her is just like, what even is this? What even is this? So yeah, to look at our, non-exec directors board, see how diverse that we are on there, to see the wealth of knowledge that we've got from there, from Kathy Ann Byam all the way through to Emma Sale from Killer Kittens, from Gemma, my sister, who works at SafeNet, directly on the coal face of working in refuge. Like, y'all, we're doing big things, aren't we? We're doing big things. So that was last week. And then today, if you have heard of, you may have, remember last year, I went to an event called Atomicon. There's a marketing duo who I absolutely adore. I love their approach. I love the fact that they work extrovertedly in an introverted space. They are really engaging. They are really moving the dial on inclusion and diversity within your business offerings. And I love them. I just think they're brilliant. They've got a brilliant energy about them. They do fantastic things. They've got a fantastic community. And I went to Atomicon last year, where Deborah Meaden, I don't know if you remember, I got to have a little conversation with Deborah Meaden, and she was on the stage. And one of the things that I teach is going to events prepared with questions. If you are coming to be inspired, be prepared with questions. For some of those speakers that we've got, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk with somebody direct from TikTok on Friday. So come prepared with questions. And I always do. I'll look at a lineup and I'll think, wow, there's that person that's there. They're amazing. I'd really love to connect with them. And what quicker way than finding a way to have an out loud conversation with them? And I've done this with the likes of Stephen Bartlett, with Deborah Meaden, with Brad Burton, with TikTok, with all sorts of people. I discovered you at Atomicon and so excited to see amazing. Who's this? Who discovered me at Atomicon? So I went and I was instantly recognizable. And I went and I engaged and I went and I added value and I went and I loved on people. And I went and I was Danny, right? And I did me. And I reached out to Andrew and Pete afterwards, and they're like Madonna and Cher. They don't need surnames, but I reached out to Andrew and Pete afterwards, and I was like, "Wow, I absolutely adore." Oh, it's Laura. Hello, darling. I reached out to Andrew and Pete afterwards and went, "Wow, what an amazing event! You should definitely have me speak." And they were like, "Who the fuck is this? Who is this person getting up in our grill? Like, we've got the likes of Deborah Meaden speaking at our events. Like, who is this Danny Wallace anyway?" So what they said is essentially, don't tell us you're funny, make us laugh, which is one of my favorite Brad Burton sayings. Is that, and I do this when I recruit onto the team. I don't look at somebody's CV. I'll look at their work. I'll talk to their clients. I will speak to them. I'll get them to do something for me and see how it works. When somebody tells you they're funny, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're funny. When somebody tells you that they're good, it doesn't even necessarily mean that you're good. If you tell somebody, instead of telling somebody that you are funny, make them laugh. Then they know that you're funny. And that's kind of what Andrew and Pete said to me. They was like, "Dan, what we would really like you to do is we'd really like you to come into our community and show us some of the value that you can provide." And I did. And a few months ago, I went into the Atomic community. Fantastic membership that Andrew and Pete have. Do go and check it out. And I went and did some training for them and loved it. It was brilliant. I had a great time. Their team are fantastic to work with, gave loads of value. Now, you'd expect no less from me. And put in a further application to speak at Atomicon. I was like, "Guys, my community would love this event. I would love to support you however I can. Like, I will share the event," because I know the power of events. I run them. And I also know going to the same event every single time isn't gonna be conducive to your network growth, nor is it going to be conducive to your learning growth and to your what's the word? Sort of diversity and inclusive growth. Like, you've got to go and experience different things to see what different people are putting on, to see different people's lived experiences, right? And so today, Andrew and Pete have announced their lineup for Atomicon, which is pretty cool. Like seeing who's on that lineup is pretty awesome. Let me just shout some of these people out: Rachel Rogers, Robin Kennedy, Joe Wicks, Leah Turner, Matt Navarra, Danny fucking Wallace. He's going to be speaking at Atomicon. So I've invited the boys to come along to be inspired, to come along and say hey, to come and meet you all, and to get you excited about Atomicon as well. So you're going to have an opportunity to meet Andrew and Pete. I think they're coming. I think they're coming on Thursday. But I am absolutely overjoyed to be able to share that with you. It's such a coup. It's such a big win. I've known about it for a few weeks. I've not been able to tell anybody. But yeah, this has been in the cooking for a little while. There's Emanuela Asuquo is going to be speaking there. Chris Cubby is going to be speaking there. Who else is going to be there? Mark Wright, winner of The Apprentice, is going to be speaking there. And nestled in, Dan Priestley, a huge fan of Dan Priestley. He's written one of my favourite books, Oversubscribed. Teresa Heath Waring, I've seen her speak before. She's fantastic. Paul Raimondo, Prerna Malik. Who else? Grace Marshall, Debbie Dudar. We've got Harry Needham, Melissa Love. It is a powerhouse lineup. That is a Tomicon. So please do go and check out on Instagram. Is probably like quickest for you guys. If you go to Andrew and Pete, the lineup is there. Wow. Oh, I love that. I was half considering cancelling my ticket until I saw the sneak peek last week. All those amazing names, yet the true headliner is right here in this room. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. I don't think I'm the true headliner, but I'm definitely going to bring the fire to Atomicon. And it's really lovely being recognised by these really nationally renowned events, nationally renowned audiences, nationally renowned producers, that I am somebody who they want to put in front of their audience. So that's pretty good, isn't it? Let's talk about being inspired then. Let's talk about being inspired. We are going to turn off the ticket link today. So there's been a couple of people drop out last minute, which means that there are a couple of tickets left, but I really mean like 2 or 3 tickets. So if you've been waiting to get a ticket either today, one day, 2, or both days, if you've had like a last minute come up, you need to go to imthequeenbee.co.uk now. Go and buy your ticket, because if you don't buy your ticket, somebody else will, and we're going to shut. As soon as those 2 or 3 tickets have gone, we're closing the link because we're sold out. We were sold out over the weekend, and then we've had a couple of people email today saying that, you know, I'm not able to make it and what have you. So make sure you get to the link right now and go and get your ticket, because otherwise we're just sold out. I am so excited for Be Inspired. I would like to tell you that I feel like I've done enough to tell you about it. And because we've leveled up in such a way, we've added the expo on, a lot of my energy has gone into the actual event itself instead of the marketing of the event, which feels a bit silly. But because we've been sort of sold out, on the cusp of sold out for weeks now, who on earth doesn't already have a ticket? You would be surprised. You would be surprised how many people do. They leave it to the last minute. And I'm guilty of this now, and learn that with the big ones. Atomicon is another example. Ideas Fest is another example where it's good to get those tickets in. You can also take advantage of things like early bird tickets and flash sale tickets, early doors, instead of having to pay sort of the full price as, you know, as time goes on. So FYI, the next Be Inspired is going to be on the 30th and 31st of March. Tickets go on sale this Friday. All right. So 30th and 31st of March, tickets go on sale this Friday. It's a very juicy early bird ticket. Be aware, be ready, because even though we're doubling capacity, like I said, we've been pretty much sold out, aside of 1 or 2 tickets, which is why you've not seen me go, get your ticket, because I've not needed to, and it's allowed me to focus my energy elsewhere, rightly or wrongly. Like somebody could look at me somewhere else and go, Danny, you've not marketed that very well. I've got a full room, so it's just allowed me to really focus on that expo space, because next time the work that me and the team are doing is getting incredible partnerships with people, so I can bring you brilliant big and small businesses in that expo space. We'll also be opening up next week mastermind spaces for Be Inspired. We only have 20 spots. 5 have gone already. Not told anybody about it. It's just people coming to me and saying, oh, Danny, I want to work with you. Can I be on the next cohort? Absolutely, yes, you can. If you want a conversation with me, please do have a conversation sooner rather than later. That's a shame, but hopefully you've got an online ticket instead, so you can still join in on the fun. So yes is the short answer, but not live. So this time we don't have a Zoom team in the room. We are recording it in its entirety, and in a few weeks' time, we will be selling post-event access. So you'll be able to like get it on video, if you will. We've got the Film Farmers there, who are our video partners, who are going to film it, they're going to edit it. It's going to be all lovely and wonderful. You're going to be able to catch up on the speakers and what have you. And that will be £69 plus VAT. And that's for access to the whole of the 2 days. So, yes, it is a very exciting week. Christelle is watching along. We've got the incredible Christelle is going to be talking about strength. We've got people talking about HR. We've got people talking about inner dialogue. We've got people talking about, oh God, there's so much, there's so much. So if you figure we're going to talk business, we're going to talk personal development and spiritual development. They're the 3 things that we encompass. We have conversations that matter. We are, as best we can, trying as hard as we can to move the needle in terms of inclusivity, in terms of accessibility. So reaching out to the people who identify menopause. Yes, Marie Anderson. We're talking about menopause. We're talking about things that we shouldn't be talking about. And things that we definitely should be talking about, conversations that matter. And the way that it's served up is in short 20-minute talks. So we keep the energy high. There's lots of entertainment through the day, lots of costume changes on my part. My team will be wearing, so the reason I'm wearing this, grab my boobs then. The reason I'm wearing this t-shirt is for anybody that's attending, the squad are wearing these t-shirts. They will stand out to you. So if you need help, somebody in a yellow t-shirt, check this out on the back. Is this Flight Squad? Is this Flight Squad on the back? So the team will be really easily identifiable. They'll be wearing an IATQB shirt. Other exciting things is that we've been partnering with Code Galaxy, a software company based in the South, to create a ticketing and networking experience for you, whereby on your tickets, so you've got lanyards for this one, and on your lanyards, you will have, excuse me, you will have a QR code, and on that QR code, you will be able to tap and connect with the people that are in the room. So you'll be able to pop your social media handles on there. We'll be sending details out about that tomorrow to all of our ticket holders. And also when you're registering on the day, you'll be able to populate all of that. Mentioning the unmentionables, Maria, that's exactly what she's going to be doing. Can't wait. Not sure I have time to really be here, but be here I am. It's going to be fab with incredible, not just women. So we've actually got men in the room. We've got people that are non-binary in the room, people that are non-gender conforming in the room. We've got all sorts of glorious, delicious, wonderful, sexy, gorgeous, fabulous human beings in that room. And we are actively working on improving that year on year, event on event. So if you're coming along and we don't get it right this time, feedback is the breakfast of champions, and we are hungry. So we will be open to feedback to what can we do to make it even more inclusive? What can we do to make it even more safe for people, for everybody, not just for men and women alike, but for everybody. And do you know what? It's an event and it ain't going to tickle everybody's pickle, let's be honest. But for the people that want to be part of something as safe as I could possibly make it, with as much learning in a serious space as I could possibly make it, moving the needle, shifting the dial, keeping our finger on the pulse, taking into consideration what it is that we need to do to raise as a community and being a part of that. Thing is, right, if you're not thinking about these things, you're getting left behind. So things like sustainability, we're going to have a conversation about that, right? So we want to be having the conversations that matter, and we want to be asking everybody who comes along, how are you finding it? What can we do? How can we make it even better so you feel even more snuggly, like you're coming into this warm learning business hug, where you're going to come out and get shit done and get fired up? All right. I don't think I got much else to say today other than get a shifty on if you haven't already. We've got people in the room who I want to introduce you to. We've got fantastic business owners, fantastic CICs and charities in the room that are really making a difference in the world. We've got people on that stage who are going to teach you something. You're going to walk away ready to make some sort of change. Didn't even put my face on today. It's not a putting my face on kind of situation. I was going to get ready for the day today. I'm not even going to get my face ready today. Here's the funny thing. You know, like I've got this big tattoo in. It says war painted. It's a tattoo dedicated to makeup because it's something I've always done. If anybody doesn't know, I built my I built my audience originally, putting my makeup on in the car. You'll hear me say all the time, I'm made up, because most of the time I am made up. My sister says, I always worry more the more makeup that Danny has on day to day, because she's felt the need to put war paint on. I don't feel like I'm going into war this week. I feel like I'm about to get into a big party with all of my closest friends, with all of the people that I don't get to see all the time. I get to serve them. I get to love on them. I get to feed them. Like, I'm an Italian mum, like, food is important. I get to feed them, and I get to do it in this incredible arena. I get to do it in this fantastic stadium, and we've really leveled up. There has been heart and soul and love and sweat and blood and tears that have gone into this event, and I cannot wait to share it with you. I'm going to go live again tomorrow morning. I'm going to check in with you all tomorrow morning. We've got another show at Rise Up Show on Wednesday. I'll hopefully be introducing you to some of the speakers, some of the sponsors then. I'm going to be inviting some of them onto the show for a little bumper edition of the show at Rise Up Show, to help get you a little bit excited. But do tell me in the comments how excited you are. What are you excited for? If you've been before, tell us about your experience previously. But yeah, just so excited about this week. I'm coming home this week. Michelle, without getting emotional, oh God. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm coming home. It feels like I'm coming to my place of, it sounds like almost spiritual, right? That without it being like a church, it's like coming home. It's where my spiritual cup gets filled up. It's where I get to share with you the best of me. I get to share with you my heart. I get to share with you what I know. I get to share with you each other, which is the best bit for me. Laura is so excited to be in that room. First timer. Inspiring Connect are going to be there. They're exhibiting as well. Please do go and check out Laura, and Ali's going to be there as well. Our exhibitors are off the scale. They're just so good. They've been thoroughly vetted. We've not just had anybody and everybody jump in, but we've got just over 20 exhibitors in the room. So you're going to have a great time with them. We've got George Alfie performing on day 1. Shiggy Paktar is going to be performing on day 2. In the after parties, man, we are going to have a week. If you see me procrastinating or being scared or rocking in a corner, because I tell you something, I will feel all of the emotions in the run up, just give me a cuddle, slap my bum, and send me back out into the world. I adore every single one of you for reaching out. I adore every single one of you who has had my back. I adore every single one of you that's leaving me alone. That's going, oh God, she's too busy to speak to me this week. I'm not. If I can answer, if I can answer a message, I will. Probably all of your better questions, if you email to bookings@imthequeenbee.co.uk, then the team can pick it up. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. We're sold out. There are a couple kind of dropouts. You can grab hold of a ticket, but it's like 2 or 3 tickets and then we're gone, and we've probably even sold them while I've been on here. So yeah, there we go. There we go, you lot. I love you. You're amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you on the socials. But it's Be Inspired Week. Lock and load, bitches.